On today's episode of Investing in Cannabis, we have Rob Tankson, the co-founder of PrestoDoctor. PrestoDoctor connects people with doctors over video to obtain a medical cannabis recommendation for $50. Rob also shares with us another product that helps dispensaries onboard new and current patients with a tablet interface. As always, we are at Cannabis Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Please follow us on Facebook and SoundCloud and iTunes and everywhere else. We're a new show, so sharing, reviewing, all that stuff, we really appreciate it. Enjoy the show.
What's good, everybody? Welcome. This is Investing in Cannabis. I'm your host, Brandon David. This is the show where we talk about cannabis startups and the people that decide to invest in them, crazy enough. Today on the program, we're very, very lucky to have Rob Tankson. He's the COO of Presto Corp. How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing well, man. How's it going?
Thanks for jumping on the show.
Thanks for having me.
For sure, man. So why don't you just start by telling us, what is Presto?
So PrestoDoctor is an online cloud-based platform that allows patients to connect with doctors via the web on video chat. We have three different segments of our business. We have the video portion, which is PrestoDoctor. We have Presto Verify, which is our card technology. It's very similar to a Clipper card in which you can tap your card at a dispensary or with a delivery provider. And it allows for easy verification and also helps with compliance. So.
Let's step back. Start that over. So I decide I want to smoke weed, right? I'm in California, this beautiful state where you can have medicinal marijuana, right? And I need a recommendation, right? And there's a bunch of different ways to get that, right? You can go to the actual doctor, right? Or now what you're saying is that you can do this on a video chat?
You could do it on video chat. One thing we were finding is people were having issues with long wait times, which is what you experience at any doctor, whether it be for medical marijuana recommendation or for a typical checkup. Also inconvenient locations. And so PrestoDoctor eliminates both of those problems. Wow.
And how long does this take? Like if I go to PrestoDoctor.com, is that the address?
PrestoDoctor.com.
PrestoDoctor.com, and I sign up, and then somebody's there, and I just talk to them and get a weed card?
So you need to make an appointment with one of our doctors. We have appointments daily. You submit your information, and we get you set up with an appointment.
Nice. And who's on the other end? Is this a real doctor?
On the other end is a California licensed doctor.
Got it. Very nice, very nice. And how did you figure out that you could do this? This was possible?
I took a lot of research, talking with attorneys, but it is a legal thing to do.
It's legal.
It is.
It's legal. Wow. And you built this platform yourself, or using some third-party video platform, or?
Sure. So we built everything in-house. My co-founder Kyle spent about 5 months really building the platform out to be a cloud-based platform that you can not only have a video chat but have patient records and kind of keep everything securely stored in the cloud. Everything is HIPAA compliant, verified on Amazon Web Services. So.
Wow.
Pretty thorough.
Shout out to Kyle.
Shout out, Kyle.
Right. Okay, so like I said before, there's a number of ways that you can get a recommendation, though. You can go to the doctor. Meta will send a doctor to your apartment, right? This is video chat, and then I even heard a little rumor that Is is talking about doing phone call verifications. Why is video chat the best way to get a recommendation?
Video chat is the best way, just in form of human communication. It's always a fact that face-to-face communication, whether it be over video chat or in person, is always a better, more personal experience. We have doctors who you can talk to, look eye to eye, have a conversation with, get your concerns addressed as far as the cannabis industry. And our doctors are all experienced. They've been making recommendations for years, and so they can give you not just a recommendation, but also a recommendation for the cannabis that you'll be using, like to address certain issues that you may have.
So like if I need to go to sleep, I need some purple or something like that.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Got it. Cool. I guess the issue I have here is that when I've gotten a recommendation in the past, I get some sort of a physical, right? I'm not saying it's the most legitimate physical I ever had, but they do like take your blood pressure and they listen to your heart. How do you get past that over video chat?
Some things that we've been implementing are having patients kind of do things as far as if they have access to a blood machine, like you can go to a Walgreens or something of that sort. They can also use like maybe a fitness tracker or something. But for now, that's kind of an area that we're exploring more.
And that's required to get those vitals to get the recommendation, or
at this time, it's not required.
it's not?
Yep.
Wow. Interesting. And what do you think about that policy? I mean, obviously it's good for your business, but do you think that's an appropriate way to conduct medicine?
So it's like you say, it's good for business, but as far as like conducting business, our doctors are very thorough in the process. Questionnaires that we have as far as medical records are very thorough, and we kind of go through the whole process of making sure that doctors do their due diligence before making a recommendation.
So take me through the economics a little bit. What does it cost? What do you pay the doctor? Are you making any money?
We are making money. So we take a cut of every video conference that the doctors have. That's how we make the bulk of our money.
Got it. Got it. Cool. And how much is it?
So the prices range from starting right now at around $50, and doctors set their own prices, which is a really cool thing about our platform.
Got it. And how many doctors, give or take, are on the platform?
So right now we have about 12 doctors.
12 doctors. Wow. And how did you find these doctors? How did they come to you?
So we did some advertisement to get doctors. There are also a few that we got through personal relationships that really helped out.
And do these doctors have a practice during the day? What else do they do?
Yeah, so the good thing about us is most of our doctors actually have practices in medical marijuana.
Got it. Wow. Very cool. So they're just doing this like at night in addition to their day clinic or
so it varies. Some do it in addition to their day clinic, at night. Some do it during the day, and others do it as supplemental income just to follow their passions and explore alternative medicine.
Following their passion, meaning money, right?
Meaning money ultimately, but
they're helping out the community.
Helping out the community.
I get it. Cool. So, but that's only one part of Presto, right? Can you talk us about the other products that you guys are working on?
Sure. So the video conferencing is one part of Presto. The other portion is Presto Verify, which I'm sure you live in the Bay Area. You've used or heard of a Clipper card at one point in your life.
Yep.
So Presto Verify, let's take you through the process. Kind of show you what that looks like.
Yeah.
Show you a PrestoDoctor card.
Clipper card, for anybody who doesn't know, in San Francisco is like this universal card that you can use on the Metro or on the Muni. It's just like holds money for you.
So the PrestoDoctor card.
Oh, cool.
I can give you a little demo.
The Beebs uses PrestoDoctor. I don't know if you guys can see this at all, but very nice. Yep. Very nice. Good stuff. And so I would go into a dispensary, and what does this do for me?
So once you get your recommendation, we mail that to you along with 2 recommendation letters. You go into a dispensary, or let's say you order from one of our delivery partners. They can easily tap that onto a tablet with our technology and verify you right away. It also helps with their compliance as far as letting them know and eliminating the human error of like checking to see if your recommendation is expired. So.
Because going to the first time for a dispensary as a patient is kind of a pain in the ass.
It is.
Right?
You got to bring everything, cumbersome papers, and it's no fun.
Especially if you're a little medicated when you get there, and all you want to do is get more medicated once you're there. Lines and marijuana don't really go together.
They don't.
It's not. Yeah,
they do not.
It's no bueno. Cool. Well, that's awesome. What else are you guys working
on? So in addition to Presto Verify, kind of along the same business lines, we are allowing and working with dispensaries in beta right now to work with their analytics and inventory to make the experience seamless for you, from getting your recommendation all the way through making sure what you want from the dispensary is actually in stock. So
that's pretty important.
It is very important.
So like, if I want my green crack, and it better be there when I get there.
Exactly.
Which is the worst name ever for a cannabis strain, by the way. But yeah, my favorite. Tell me a little bit about your background. You talked about Kyle. How did you guys meet? How did this all get started?
So a little bit about, first of all, how we met. Kyle and I worked together at a technology company called Clearside. So we had experience working on a product together. He was on the engineering side, I was on the marketing side. As far as background goes, most of my experience is in marketing and finance. Worked as an equity research analyst for 2 years. Worked at Google in marketing for a year, and then Clearside most recently for a year.
So you guys had great square tech jobs.
We did had very square tech jobs,
which I'm guilty enough. I have one as
For
well.
sure.
And then you decide one day, hey, like this isn't working, and I think we should make it easier for people to get weed. Is that how that conversation goes?
Yeah. Well, it's something that we're both passionate about. We both believe in the medicinal uses of medical marijuana, and it's something that has a really bad stigma, and we're really on a mission to really try to kill that negative stigma. I mean, you see commercials and advertisements and things of negative effects of, I mean, any medication. Any medication like pills or anything, and you see all the negative side effects. How many negative side effects do you really hear about medical marijuana?
Well, I'm kind of fat. That's kind of a negative side effect. But other than that, like nobody ever died or beat their wife when they were stoned. You know?
Exactly.
So, yeah. Agreed. How's the fundraising going? How do you guys look at fundraising? Or you have a long enough runway? What are your thoughts on that?
Sure. So as far as the VC and investing go, at this point we're just more so building our platform out, kind of the old school approach. Build it and they'll come. We've had some interest so far, but at this point we're just really focused on building things out and getting more doctors on board and more customers.
Yeah. How big's the team right now?
Right now the team, as far as the PrestoDoctor team, is myself and Kyle.
And then you have 12.
We have 12 doctors,
sort of
on
independent
board.
contractors.
Exactly.
The term for the month.
Exactly.
Interesting. Cool. Very cool. So, in pursuit of some of that money, one of the big things that comes up in San Francisco in tech companies is this idea of culture, right? And what kind of culture, what kind of values, as you build Presto, do you hope to maintain?
Sure. So values and culture we hope to maintain. Definitely a open communication environment no matter where we are, whether it's we have 100 people. We always want to be a kind of company that everyone can feel free to communicate, free to like voice their opinion, because that's how companies grow. That's how people learn. And so we definitely want to be that open environment, free communication.
Totally. And how about weed? I mean, in your own company, right? Somebody really needs their medicine in the morning to go to work. Is that acceptable?
It's very acceptable.
All right.
I mean, we'd be hypocrites if it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, people are adults that we hire. We'll hire people that we trust. So we would be totally fine with that. Just do it. Obviously not in the office, but in a respectable place.
Yeah. I think it's going to end up being a really interesting portion of the industry, right? Is like, even in talking to a number of founders, there's a really wide range of what's acceptable in culture. Or can you smoke in the office? You know what? And that's going to become a really interesting thing as big money, and let's be honest, middle-aged white men go to invest in cannabis companies, and they look around and they say, kind of smells in here, I mean,
for sure.
So you're going to avoid that. No smoking in the office. Is that what I heard?
For now, yeah. We're not planning on
Got it.
smoking in the office. We still want to run a productive business. And
Got it.
Yeah.
So what's the future of Presto look like?
Future of PrestoDoctor, as we continue to grow, looks like we're going to be expanding to neighboring states and hopefully eventually across the country. Some things we may face, with laws changing, things of that sort. We're going to definitely have to adjust to that, but we have some pretty cool plans to do that.
What kind of laws? What law concerns you the most?
So the law that we are watching, obviously, is the laws across states, as different states begin to legalize recreational use, and also on a congressional level, if that were passed across the country.
And what do you think that what happens if we have recreationally legal marijuana ever? Is that doomsday and like the devil takes over?
No, definitely not. It still allows for our platform. It's still hopefully by that point we're in a position to become like the DMV of the industry.
Okay.
That's our goal with Presto Verify. So we have different aspects of a business, but they kind of help us and as far as our growth plan goes.
So you sort of envision that even if you're a recreational user, you still would have to be onboarded to a dispensary?
So there's going to be some sort of verification needed. Ultimately, it's not going to be a process where anyone could just walk into a store to purchase cannabis. There's going to be some sort of procedure that's going to be in place, and we're hoping to be leaders in that.
Yeah, yeah. Are we going to have this like in Whole Foods? Are we going to have marijuana on the shelves in Whole Foods?
Next to the alcohol. I never know.
So like
Excited to see though.
2050, is there cannabis like in Walgreens and just everywhere? What make a prediction?
I wouldn't say it would be that accessible in grocery stores, but I would say, that's something to think about.
We ask the tough questions.
That
here,
is something
folks.
to think about.
Okay, I'll let you think about that one. As we wrap up, I like to ask some fun questions, right?
Let's do it.
What's your favorite strain? How do you like to smoke? What kind of stoner are you?
My favorite strain is actually one that's very difficult to find right now.
Me too, man. Me too.
Well, you know my pain.
I'm into that green crack. Again, terrible name, but no one has it ever. No, it's this amazing sativa and real light in the head and creative and just this beautiful Saturday morning moment.
So I can relate. I'm definitely a sativa guy myself. My favorite sativa, the one that's out currently, is called Burkle.
Okay.
It is amazing. It has been out for about 3 or 4 months, and kind of hearing you talk, I'm actually glad it's not called green crack, because I've made several phone calls to my dispensary asking about it, and it would kind of be funny to make a lot of calls about green crack every day.
Right. So. Awesome. Well, on that, thanks again, Rob, for being on the program. Everybody go to PrestoDoctor.com if you need a recommendation, do it right now. And thanks again, man.
Thanks.
Great to meet you. Thanks for being on.
Thanks.
See you next time, guys.